Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Red Ruka. I make Game of Legends Rise of Champions content, so if you want more, you can subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to help you guys figure out what's the best faction in the game. So let's take a look at these factions. In case you don't know, you can tap your portrait and then tap the top right here, right next to where it says Orcs, where it has the two arrows next to each other. If you want to change your faction, if you have a faction change item, you can change your faction at any time there. So we have humans, elves, and orcs. First, let's go over all of the different bonuses that each faction gets, and then we'll talk about how they're useful in game, and then I'll tell you guys which faction I believe is the best one. So we have humans that have a light infantry unit defense bonus of 10%, a building speed bonus of 5%, and a resource production bonus of 30%. That resource production bonus is pretty much useless because the resource production buildings in this game provide next to no resources. You'll want to have one of each of your resource production buildings leveled up to max pretty much at all times because those are prerequisites for other buildings. So you will have at least one of each of those buildings, but you won't want to invest in any more of that than that because it would take a long time to do so and it would take a lot of resources and then you wouldn't really get much out of it. Although if you did, then it would make this 30% bonus more effective. It wouldn't help a whole lot though, because like I said, those resource production buildings just don't provide very much. But with that being said, resource tech in this game is a prerequisite for military tech, and so eventually you will have to max out all of your resource production tech, which will give you a 100% bonus to all of your resource production. So your buildings, your resource production buildings will at least be twice as effective then at that point, once you've finished all of that tech, but even then, they're still not going to be worth it. And so adding an additional 30% on top of that, it's just really not going to do a lot. So that's pretty much useless. The light infantry unit defense of 10%, that's really good, of course. That's great. The building speed bonus of 5% is also pretty great. In the very early game, that's not going to reduce a lot of time on your constructions. In the mid game, it's going to be more effective, and then in the late game, once you have super long construction times, it's going to be most effective. So, really, the only thing that makes humans stand out is their building speed bonus, because each faction has a unit bonus of 10%. So the humans aren't really special for having a light infantry unit defense bonus there. And it's arguable which is more effective to boost your unit attack or unit defense. I'm not sure which is more effective, but the human bonus is for infantry defense, the elf unit bonus is for light missile unit health, and then the orcs unit bonus is for light cavalry unit attack. So they each have 10% unit bonus. So let's talk about the elves now. The elves have that we just mentioned, the light missile unit health bonus of 10%, but they also have a hospital capacity bonus of 5%, which is pretty much most of the time going to be useless. Of course, if you get rallied, if you get attacked, if your hospitals get filled up, then of course that bonus is going to kick in and save you some extra troops. But most of the time it's not going to do anything. So for that reason, I don't really like that bonus very much. But their 20% experience gain bonus is very beneficial, I would say. The more time that you spend hunting camps, the more time that you spend hunting Darktide units, including Darktide Swarms and Darktide Lords, it's going to give your heroes a lot more bonus experience and help them level up faster, so that's really beneficial. That makes the elves stand out. So far we have humans with one useless bonus, which is their resource production. Elves with one useless bonus, which is their hospital capacity, which but it's less useless than the resource production bonus because it does come into in effect in certain situations. And then their experience bonus is really good. So far, comparing the humans with the elves, if I had to pick between one of them, I would go with the elves because I would save a lot of time grinding Darktide units and camps, although that building speed is pretty enticing. But let's move on to orcs. We have light cavalry unit attack of 10%, Hero damage mitigation of 5%. That's very good. That mitigates incoming hero skills and other hero damage. And a gathering speed bonus of 20%. So far looking at orcs, they already have the most effective bonuses when it comes to war. The other factions only have 10%, while orcs have a cumulative bonus that attributes to war of 15%. And that hero damage mitigation, I would say, is a very, very effective bonus to have because most of the incoming damage that you're going to receive is hero skills and other hero damage. So being able to mitigate some of that is very beneficial in war. Of course, war doesn't happen all the time. Maybe it will later on in the end game, and then these bonuses will be really effective. But when it does happen, you want to have as many bonuses for war and buffs that you possibly can. So that's going to be very effective for war. And then they have a 20% gathering speed bonus. So in this game, you can easily reach 180 to 200 to 220% gathering speed with a bit of research, artifact bonuses, and the proper gathering heroes. So the bonuses in this game are additive, not multiplicative, which means that adding an extra 20% on top of an already existing 200% is much less effective than adding 20% on top of a pre-existing 0%. So if you're going from 0% to 20%, that's a 20% increase. But if you're going from 200% to 220%, it's more like a 5 or a 10% increase or something like that because it's additive instead of multiplicative. So it's that gathering speed bonus is less effective than it may seem because it's extremely easy to get near 200% gathering speed bonuses on all of your gathering heroes. But 20% gathering speed, that's always a good bonus to have. So humans are good for building. Elves are good for healing and gaining experience. And then orcs are good for gathering and war. I think the best faction is the orcs. I like their gathering speed, and I like their war stats. Although the experience gain bonus from the elves is really nice, and the building speed bonus is really nice from the humans, so you can really pick between any of them and get some really effective bonuses. It really depends on what you're currently doing at the time, like overall I would say if you're going to pick one faction and stick with it, the orcs is the best faction. But really, the best faction depends on what you're currently focusing on at any given moment. So the humans are the best faction to be if you're currently focusing on speeding up your construction and you're focusing on leveling up your buildings. And then the elves are the best faction to be if you're spending a ton of time hunting camps and hunting Darktide units. And the orcs are the best faction if you're gathering and going to war. So I say overall orcs are the best faction. That's the faction that I am right now, and that's the faction that I would recommend you guys to be, although you can pick any of the other factions if you want because they all have good bonuses. So that concludes the video. I hope this was useful for you guys. If it was, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you will. I'll see you guys real soon for the next one. Peace.